been working with Chad at the home office for a little over 4 years and just have enjoyed working with him immensely. He's an amazing leader in this company and not only cares about what happens with the company, but cares about the people that he works with. My son had been sick and we were concerned about that and took him to the doctor, and the doctor was able to find out that he was diabetic. When I got the call from my wife that Hudson had been diagnosed with diabetes, I left the meeting that I was in and I was kind of in a state of shock, but I knew immediately what I wanted to do. I went down to Chad's office and knocked on his door and asked if we could meet, and sat down at his desk and closed the door and immediately started bawling my eyes out. And before I could compose myself, he obviously knew something was wrong. I was able to get out and tell him that my son had been diagnosed and that he had diabetes. And so Chad, unfortunately, had his daughter Emma, who had been diagnosed a few months earlier. And so he had been through that process, and I wanted to be able to go to him just to be able to know what to do. Chad took the time in that meeting to be able to reassure me, to comfort me, to give me understanding of what was going to happen at the hospital, and really just continue to offer his support for me, that he would be there for me whatever happened. And it wasn't just that initial support though. As we got to the hospital and we started learning about all things diabetes, all the different terminology, all the different things, it can become overwhelming. And Chad, throughout that entire process, was always there, having recently gone through it himself. He'd had experience, and he just helped us over and over again as we overcame new hurdles, as we had new things and challenges that we had to deal with. He helped us every step of the way, and we got to a point where we're lucky enough that our son has a continuous glucose monitor. It's a little device on his arm that checks his blood sugar on a continual basis. And it's a really amazing, wonderful tool, but it can be really challenging to first learn how to use and deal with. And so shortly after we got that, Chad and his family invited our family over to their house for a dinner, and so that Hudson could spend some time with Emma and be able to see that there's other kids that are going through this too. And we were able to spend some time with my wife and I and be able to help teach us some of the ins and outs of how CGM works and be able to help us be able to navigate that complicated process. Chad, congratulations on being one of this year's annual Personal Touch Award winners. I can't thank you enough for the love, the support, the help that you've given me throughout this process. It's meant so much to me and my family, and meant so much to Hudson to know that we have other people that are going through the same thing that we are and are there to support us with every trial that comes.